Welcome to this week's Quick Charge. The book of Judges tells the story of Gideon, who is really a lot like us. He's surrounded by plenty of gifting, plenty of favor, plenty of grace, plenty of anointing and opportunity, but he simply lacks spiritual confidence, something that God moved to restore in him. So join me as we retrace Gideon's steps in that journey. The first stop on Gideon's journey, we're going to call the place of estimation. Estimation is using what we know and see to form a reasonable conclusion, but it's only as good as the data that we use. It's a fancy word for opinion, and Gideon had several opinions, especially about himself. He said, I'm the least, I'm the smallest, I'm the youngest, I'm the weakest. That was his assessment, and it became his identity and his persona. We tend to live at the level of our own assessment, and that then becomes our identity. We tend to live at the level of our opinion. So if my estimation is that I'm weak or I'm flawed or I'm failing or I'm powerless, that will then govern my experience and even confirm my experience, and it becomes a vicious cycle. Gideon's destiny was being hampered and hindered by his own estimation. There were closed doors that should be open and that could be open for him. A wrong estimation keeps me from leading and helping and serving and stepping up. I should be this, but I'm not. And so he's stuck behind a wrong estimation, one in which he is so well versed. So what does God do in the face of his limited estimation? Well, he challenges it. Because where Gideon will be tomorrow and where he will be next week and next month or next year, is going to be a challenge for him. So an angel appears to Gideon in the form of a common, everyday, ordinary, unremarkable guy. And he goes completely unnoticed until he speaks what God says is so. And he begins to speak reality to Gideon. You know, often the profound can be clothed in the ordinary. An ordinary verse, an ordinary day, an ordinary church service, an ordinary message, or even an ordinary man from Nazareth. So God's assessment then is quite different. He refers to Gideon as a mighty man of valor, a brave man, a strong warrior, even a mighty warrior. God neither accepts Gideon's estimation, nor does he treat him according to it. God always treats us according to our divine potential and not our present opinion. Why? Because if God dealt with him as weak and small and young and as the least, he would never rise above it. You see, the angel never gets down in the winepress with Gideon. God will never get down in the winepress with you. He will call you up and he will lift you out. He won't agree with that which is not truth. So Gideon is being challenged to change his estimation because it is robbing him of his confidence. And that's not easy because it's entrenched and ingrained in him, and he's so well schooled in it, and he's so used to it and so familiar with it. So to do that, he is told that he must break down the images of his own house or of his own generations. He must break off images from past experience, from former things, from past days, from family, old ways of thinking, old ways of viewing and estimating. Now, even though Gideon was afraid to do it, he responded anyway. He took the first step. So I wonder, is Gideon now ready to open closed doors yet? Perhaps not. Join me next week for the next step in Gideon's journey to restoring his confidence in God. God bless you.